Hey guys, welcome to Life Theory Podcast.
Today, we're talking about the topic, should you diet?
Roll intro.
Back in our How We Make a Podcast episode, we mentioned, hey, why don't you give maybe a couple episodes or something that was your favorite, and if you had an idea for another topic, throw that in the comments as well. So we got a comment from Silas's sister Joy.
Yeah, talking about how much she loved the psychology podcast.
Yes.
Which was great to hear.
Yes, it was one of our favorites as well.
It really is.
Part of her comment was also a suggestion on talking about diets, and so that's what got us into this topic for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about if you should diet. Because, there is a lot of apprehension. There's, a lot of people think you should or you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that are, hold diets as, the most important thing ever and have extremely strong opinions. And then there's other people that are like, I hate diets. They're evil. They're horrible. I just kind of chill out and just eat whatever I want, and it doesn't matter.
There is a fairly negative connotation with diets.
There is.
It's just, seen in a negative light in general.
And I mean, I think I grew up in a house where we had a ton of diets. You grew up in a house where you had to have diets because of allergies.
Mm-hmm. Well, not really. Not growing up.
Oh, that wasn't until later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So growing up, you didn't really have much of a diet.
No, not really.
Okay.
We just ate food.
Yeah.
But as usual, we should always start out with the meaning of the word. I didn't put the exact definition.
Before we start that, what are we drinking?
Oh yeah. So this is actually partially why we're thinking about doing this topic, because soda is bad for you.
Oh, very.
Very. It is. It's just, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Tastes great, but it's bad for you. And so there are alternatives. There are healthy sodas.
Like Bubbler. Liquid Death, though the packaging's a little weird.
Yeah. The other one is Zevia. Stevia sweetened soda. So what we're drinking today is I did our homemade lemonade type thing where I did the lemon juice, and I did watermelon what's it called? Yeah, syrup. And then filled it the rest of the way with, actually, just a second. Nope. That's what I did earlier today.
Oh, okay.
This is not that. I forgot. This is it's a ginger ale Zevia with cranberry juice.
Oh.
Yeah. I forgot that I was going to do the other one, the watermelon lemonade with grape Zevia. That's what I did earlier. It was very good.
Oh, we should do that maybe next week.
Yeah, we could do it.
It might be a next week thing.
It
All right.
tastes like candy. It's very good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yes, that's what we're drinking. Diet is there's a lot of different there's multiple different definitions, there's multiple different tenses of the word. So there's the verb tense, there's noun, but simply put, diet is a description of your food restrictions and
application?
Yeah, I wrote appliances.
Oh. Restriction and appliance.
Yeah.
The description of your food restrictions and your refrigerator.
In other words, diet is your food standards. Bless you.
That was well timed.
Yeah. So we always think of the word diet is used with usually used with a food plan. So I'm going to follow this plan to follow these meal types and at these certain times of day and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But diet it literally just means food restrictions and standards, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's just what you eat.
Yeah.
Deciding what you eat. And so diets can be a great thing if you have a specific goal in mind.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh man, I really want to, gain muscle. Well, you should probably go on a diet, up your protein, get more building blocks, Hey, I want to run more. Well, maybe get some more carbs in, give yourself some more energy. And so there's a lot of good reasons. Even something like I'm a mother, and now I have different dietary requirements, and so there's diets for that. And so there's a lot of really good reasons to diet if done properly.
Yeah.
The first thing that we want to be very specific about: diet should not be religion.
No.
And unfortunately, it often is.
Yeah, because a lot of people... Well, the thing is, a lot of people find a diet that works for them.
Yeah.
And they don't think about the fact that that same diet is 100% not going to work for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
So they usually are like, this worked for me, so you need to try it. It's the best thing in the world.
And if it doesn't work for you, it's because you're not doing it right.
Yeah, yep. It's just like...
Which is religion. It's belief-based. It's not evidence-based.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And the Bible does actually say something about that.
Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whether you eat or drink or whatsoever you do all to the glory of God. So what our diet should be to God's glory.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be this food that I'm eating, this plan that I have set for what foods I'll be eating is the best thing ever. It's like, well, no. God helped me find this plan that works for me. God helped me find some foods that's been helping me with weight loss or with muscle gain or just whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish through a diet. That diet shouldn't be our religion.
Yeah. And, I mean, Paul even directly addresses it. He's like, because he's talking about, there was some disagreements in the church, and he's like, dude, it doesn't matter if you eat meats or you don't eat meat, or you eat this stuff, you don't eat this stuff, because, and the biggest thing he was saying, not that it doesn't matter at all, but that is not a predictor of whether you're good or bad. God allows you to eat those things.
Yeah.
And so someone who eats them isn't more spiritual than someone who doesn't eat it. And vice versa.
Yeah.
And so some people, they won't say it outright, Usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will. But often it's a temptation to treat it as a point of morality, as being better than for having a specific diet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, let's just like, you need to be very careful not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, those who don't diet, don't turn that in, don't be proud about that either.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people that, unfortunately, are like very overweight, and they talk about like it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like it's a good thing, like, ew, it doesn't matter because bless God, it's all under grace. And it's like, no, you should still care about your body.
Mm-hmm.
You should still care about the temple of the Holy Ghost. And so, I think either explanation is completely incorrect.
That's something I have troubles with being, because there is that negative connotation with diets, and I grew up in a very critical family, so we have a tendency to be more critical with looking at things around us, and we can often see something like that where it's like, okay, yeah, it's working for you, but it's not going to work for everybody. And so there's kind of that mindset around diets of like,
it doesn't actually
work. It doesn't actually matter. So yeah, it's definitely harder for me, I've noticed, to get the right mindset of like, they can work when used properly, and I definitely could use something along those lines for myself.
Yeah, and I think that's something that with anyone can be a struggle. I know it's just if there's something that it doesn't work for everyone, and some people are like overly preachy about it and really annoying, you can tend to go the other way of like, all right, I guess none of it matters and we should not listen to any of it. But I think I've been able to find some amount of balance in my life of being able to be like, okay, diets work but aren't like completely necessary, and everything I grew up with wasn't necessarily like all, I don't have to follow all of it to a T. But I think there's, certain benefits and certain things that I learned.
Yeah.
It's good education. Because every new diet is backed up by one section that is true. So then you learn what's true about fat, and you learn what's true about carbs, and you learn what's true about protein. You learn what's true about grass-fed versus grain-fed, and then the more you learn, the more you can, if you don't get stuck in those individual diets and you actually just learn, you can actually learn a lot. It can be great.
Yeah.
So, getting more specific into it, of course, like we already said, you need different diets for different stuff. So if you're like, just to get a little bit specific for a little bit, if you're like wanting to do stuff specifically, like say, oh, I really want to run, or I want to do sports, I want to do weightlifting, or I want to be a parent. Like, there's specific needs that will be higher on the list. I know, like, Ruth is right now focusing on water, drinking a lot of water, because with feeding a child from your own body, with breastfeeding, it requires a lot more water.
Yeah.
And so that's something that she's working on in her diet, which other people might not need to focus on.
There's a lot of people nowadays
that are dehydrated. Yes,
a high amount of people is like, you need more water.
Yep. Yeah, it's a whole different topic. But yeah, you should probably be drinking water right now. You should pause this video and drink some water.
Yeah.
But or like for me, I try to avoid sugar, like high sugar things, because my teeth are very, very sensitive. And so I kind of have to try to avoid that. And I didn't in the past, so.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's.
Sorry, I got lost. There it is. Yeah, so different diets for different lifestyles.
Yep.
Because, if you're wanting to put on more muscle mass, you're going to be wanting to eat more protein. You're going to be wanting to build up. You generally want to build up. You eat more. It's not just proteins. I mean that helps, but
Yeah.
I'm not a dietitian.
Can you tell neither of us what lift weights?
Yeah, I have weights. I should. It would probably be helpful in some things, but
Anyway,
anything that your body can use for growth and for energy isn't necessarily bad.
yes, that's the one thing I will directly attack diets for.
Yes.
Anything that can be used for growth and energy isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Too much of it, or if you don't need it at that point, can be.
So, too much of it.
Mm-hmm. But back in the 80s, there was the low-fat,
mm-hmm.
the low-fat, no-fat diet, because they were confused about cholesterol.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, oh, fat's evil. And that caused some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because turns out your body needs fat.
Yeah.
And then now, recently, they had the low-carb, no-carb diets, which turns out your body gets really sluggish and it's hard to do things without carbs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's exceptions to that rule, and there's people that it works for.
Yeah.
But in general, if you look at the best in-shape people, the people that last longest and all that, as well as if you look at the way people in the Bible eat,
mm-hmm.
it's usually all of them, all of the food groups put together.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Fish is protein and fat. Bread is a little bit of protein and carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And the barley probably had more protein, even.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like a full balanced diet he gave to the 5,000 men and plus women and children.
Yeah, and barley, I don't know for sure, but I would assume has like more fiber in it and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty fibrous.
Yeah. So
then again, everything did.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have as good of processing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's less fiber because fiber spoils easier.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when you're storing grains, you'll store it in a more refined way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. But there's that one thing that Paul was saying that's kind of on this topic, like the all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient.
Yes.
It's like anything is fine to eat. Like, it's lawful. I'm allowed to eat it.
Yup.
But
doesn't
not all
mean you
things are
should.
expedient. Yeah.
That's another thing, again, that I've seen with some, especially in Baptists, unfortunately, they're guilty of that.
Yes,
of like, bless God, we can eat whatever we want. We're under grace. And the true answer is yes, you can.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Like, if you are, like, if you're someone who's overweight, you should look at, like, cutting back on carbs. Because that's a very quick source of energy that can get stored into fat easily.
Yeah.
And so if you cut back on carbs, then all of a sudden your body has to use your fat reserves in order to get energy, because that's how energy works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so all of a sudden you're burning fat because your body's like, well, I guess I don't want to starve and die.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wait a second.
But that's not something you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that might be expedient in the moment.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea in the moment.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind in diets, is that just because you can doesn't mean you have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing.
And just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's the other thing.
Yes. Yeah. another thing that we kind of hit on already, but it's good to re-emphasize, is like the entire range of food nutrients, all of that is necessary for everybody because that's how God made our bodies to process. But a different balance is, it's different for everybody. So I may need more protein and less carbs. Maybe somebody needs more carbs and less protein. Maybe
you need more. In general, you need more protein than Ruth.
Oh yes, definitely.
Because you are one bigger and taller, just in general.
Yeah.
And you work an active job that uses your muscles.
Yes.
So your muscles are getting depleted. You need that, and you just need more food because you're using more energy.
Yeah.
Though it's starting to balance out because of having a child, eating for two.
Yeah. So you're gonna see, like, using the example of me and Ruth, I'm gonna eat more, or I should, I guess, eat more like meats and more things on those lines that give protein that will be a help to me. That's something that, that's a part of my diet that I can implement, that I can maybe change if necessary. But that's something for Ruth that she doesn't need as much protein. Like you said, right now she's feeding a child, and so that's definitely affected by that. But but just kind of re-emphasizing that fact that it's not always the same for everybody. So I'm just gonna use, example. It's not
Go ahead.
Not hitting on one specifically, is just the one that came to mind. But keto does work for some people.
Yeah, and it's the popular diet right now. So go ahead and attack
it. But it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that works amazingly for. Somebody can follow that keto diet, that food plan, and they're gonna see weight loss. They're gonna be feeling better, and all of those things.
I know one person specifically, like my grandpa, specifically. A couple other members of my family has worked for to an extent, but my grandpa worked amazingly for.
Yeah.
So it's a great example of a person that it worked for.
Yeah. But some other people, somebody else, try to eat keto, they're going to see completely different results because that's not what their body needs. They're going to see less energy. They're going to see, I know if I'm remembering correctly, for some people who don't need the keto diet, they start eating keto and then start seeing a dip in, like, mental health. They're feeling more like, because their body is not reacting well, and then they're feeling depressed because not only is it not reacting well, but then their body's just like, whoa, what's going on?
Low on energy.
Low on energy.
If you want to actually take Dr. Mike, if you want to look this up after this, Dr. Mike has a video. Of course, I don't recommend everything he says, so don't take this as an endorsement of Dr. Mike. But he has a video about keto, where he's someone who's already in healthy condition, doesn't really have weight to lose, and he had some weird experiences with keto, and he explains it, the good and the bad about it.
Yeah.
And he was just someone it didn't work for.
Yeah. So there's kind of our rants on diets, but I think we have a few things that we can say kind of good our advice.
Yeah, some good tips. I would say, and I'm probably gonna add one to this or two. Mindset. Okay? Food is a lot more about mindset. You hear this, and it's almost like a trend, so it's kind of cringy to say this, but it is kind of true, which is, you don't want it to be a diet, you want it to be a lifestyle, right? If you actually want change, and this is true for almost every diet, because people will go on this diet and lose all this weight and feel so happy, and then go back to their old habits, or they'll lose the weight and not feel happy. Who knows? However they react to the diet, they'll go back to the habits that got them there in the first place, and then they're back to square one. And they're like, I need to go on another diet. And it's, instead of it being an actual change, it's just an emotional roller coaster to feel better about yourself. So true change comes from changing your mindset. So it's like denying yourself, right? I guess I don't need a dessert after every meal. I guess I don't need to have soda with every meal. I guess I don't need to grab a snack while I'm at, after work. Like, I would do that all the time. I grab a snack or an energy drink after work. Probably spent thousands in my lifetime, almost. Who knows? Probably. Because of that habit. And also it's bad for my health. And so if you can get in a better mindsets around food, it can actually often help more than a rigid rule book. One mindset you were talking about that you've tried to change, and fairly successfully, that you think would help is
there's the mindset of, I don't have food.
Yeah.
When you go get food. Like, it just happened to me recently. Look in the fridge, look in the cabinets, like, man, we don't have any food. And I was just took a step back for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Yes, we do. We have all these ingredients. We have flour. We have milk. We have eggs. We have butter. I can make pancakes if I need to.
Yeah. We didn't have convenient food.
Yeah. We have rice. All this stuff, but yeah, I didn't have anything convenient. I didn't have something I can, I don't know, throw in the microwave real quick, or even something that takes a little bit, but it's mostly ready, like mac and cheese. Let's just boil water and
put
add
the
a couple
noodle
of things
in,
and
put the sauce in, you're good.
Yeah. Convenient foods, convenient meals, and that I'm like, oh no, I don't have food. But then, and it was like a few days before my next paycheck. I'm like, we don't have food. I don't have money to get food. I don't know. I was kind of starting to stress out. And I'm like, wait a second. We do have food.
We just don't have the convenience options.
Yeah. So, we made it to the next paycheck. And I was like, I had made like kind of a list of, we have this meal, we have this meal, we have this. Made it to a paycheck, and we still had
plenty of food.
Most of those meals left. Wow. Okay then.
Then all of a sudden you go, oh man, I have. Yeah, it's that mindset change. And like for me, I have to get on myself to prepare my food ahead of time, like lunches and stuff. Because then, another thing is like when you're hungry, you don't make good decisions. I forgot to close that window.
Oops.
Enjoy the beeping. When you're hungry, you don't make good decisions. So if you prepare your food ahead of time, and then it's just there for you during meal times, you're usually gonna have a better meal.
Yeah.
Like I do this at work, where if I had to get my food like on my way to work when I'm stressed out, or I have coworkers, or I don't know if anyone does it anymore, but there was coworkers who would order food to work.
Oh, yeah.
Like DoorDash food to work. And it's like, if you're doing that, one, you're spending too much money. Two, you're probably not going to make the wisest decision or get the best food because you're hungry.
Yeah.
So like that, it's really important that you are proactive. You use discretion and you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just make better decisions about like, I guess I'll just have a sandwich rather than going and getting, Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And, or food prep, making a whole week's worth of food in one night. And then you just got food for the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
I did that over the weekend. I knew I wanted to focus on editing, so I made 4 meals and 4 dinners so that I didn't have to make dinner. But it was really nice, nutritious stir fry that I didn't have to make ahead of time.
Yeah.
So like keeping stuff like that in mind can help.
Mm-hmm.
So you already talked about like base ingredients, and it can be cheap ingredients for multiple meals.
Yeah.
And good eating takes specific effort.
Yes.
Right. So and it's hard. It is hard. And so that's why stuff like food prep, like I was saying, and preparing food ahead of time helps. Is figure out when you have the time and where you have the time, and use it then.
And sometimes you gotta make the time.
Yeah. I will say, our generation is really guilty of being like, I don't have time, and then you look at the phone screen time.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had time. I don't believe a word coming out of your mouth, Silas. You had time.
And plenty of time.
You chose to do other things.
It didn't feel like it, but when you sat on the couch scrolling, you sat there for 3 hours.
Like, you could have been making all of next week's food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, be intentional.
Mm-hmm. And it does, like you said, it takes specific effort because, like, for example, I do most of the cooking because I enjoy cooking, so I do. I'm a little bit slower at cooking than Ruth. Excuse me. And so sometimes, depending on how busy my day is, like, or if I end up staying late at work for some reason, it's like I go to work, I come home, I take a quick shower, I make food, and I go to bed, and I go back to work. Because making food there's that time that's like so many times it's like, I just want to order something out,
Sure.
I just want to, like, it feels like it'd be easier to just hop in the car real quick and drive, and that's another thing too. We moved here from middle of nowhere. The nearest fast food restaurant was 30 minutes away.
Yep.
Now the nearest fast food restaurant is 5 minutes away. And it's Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. So
it's such a temptation.
It's way too easy to be like, maybe we just spend a little bit on Taco Bell tonight. It helps when I don't have any money, and so I'm like, I want Taco Bell, but I cannot afford Taco Bell, so I will not get Taco Bell.
Yeah, that does help. But yeah, so keep being intentional. Another thing that you were talking about is there is a real issue of like, food's expensive.
It's so expensive.
And the cheap garbage stuff is usually cheaper. Which people try to turn that into conspiracy, and who knows, maybe there's a little bit, but also it's just easier to store. It's way easier to store and keep for a very long time. So you can make oodles and oodles of it and then just store it for years, and then there it is on your shelves.
Convenience.
Exactly. Whereas stuff like that has like the nice microbiomes or the nice, vitamins in it, doesn't last that long.
Or produce, which I guess kind of fits in that. Produce, fruits and veggies, they don't last that long.
Meat
does not last.
Well, except the freezer. Take advantage of your freezer.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You can have I have 2 pork roasts and 2 racks of rib in the freezer.
Man.
I can make it any time.
So we missed out there when we were gone somewhere.
Uh-huh.
There was like some I don't remember all the details, but somewhere was selling like 20 pounds of meat for $40 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, but we couldn't because we weren't here. And then I forgot you were here though, and I totally forgot to be like, Silas, you need to go get this.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Oh.
So,
But yeah, taking advantage of deals.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. The other thing is there's resources.
Yeah.
Right? If you are having issues paying for food or being able to pay for good food, it is a real money constraint like that. That's very real.
Mm-hmm.
There's like food stamps, and then like what you guys are using right now, using WIC.
Yeah, it's not available to everybody. For us, no. It's mostly because we were able to get it when Ruth was pregnant, and then now that we have a child.
Yeah, WIC is specifically for mothers and children.
Yeah, but it's nice. We get $50 worth of produce each month.
Mm-hmm.
We get 3 gallons of milk for free.
Oh, wow.
Sadly, it's like the options are skim milk and 1% milk and something like that.
Yeah, I think
maybe 2% milk.
Probably the old a lot of those standards was created back in the low fat craze.
Yeah, which it might. So your brother and his wife have WIC, and she was saying that it changed once their kid turned 1, so now they get 3 gallons of whole milk each month.
Oh, interesting.
But some of their other benefits went down. I don't know. It's it's
a
benefit for some things, and so you take what you can.
It is. Yeah, it's a resource that's there for you. So take advantage of those, because if it is legitimately hard to live a healthy lifestyle, things like that can help.
Yeah.
And being intentional with your cooking can help.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna lie. This is mostly pointed towards the majority of people who can afford normal foods. In the wonderful country of America that we live in, most people can afford a lot of diverse foods.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times, you're actually spending more on the not-so-good stuff. Because when something's pre-packaged and processed, you're not only spending money on that food, you're spending money on the time it took to process that stuff and package it. Versus if you get all the ingredients yourself, rather than buying a cookie or buying a biscuit, you make it all yourself, well, then it's your effort that you put into that, and you don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not going to lie, there's most people, not everyone, but most people don't have a lot of excuses. So, if you need help, there's resources, but there's a lot of just intentionality that goes into it. And the last thing I'd say is, again, don't stress too much about it. Because, like for me, I have to be... My biggest thing in my diet is just eating food.
Yeah.
I have a problem with not eating food.
I don't have that problem.
No. We have opposite problems.
Yeah.
But I legitimately do. So there is some amount of money that goes to having a reserve of super cheap convenient foods that aren't necessarily as good because I just need to eat food. But then there's also a lot of intentionality in packing stuff ahead of time so that when the time comes where I'm supposed to be eating, I got food to eat.
Yes.
So that's a weird situation that doesn't apply to everyone. So you need to understand your own body, the things you want to do, the limits you have, and figure out what works for that.
Yeah.
So this is a long one.
No.
No?
It's about normal. It took us about 20 minutes before we started.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yes, because we wanted to incorporate more Bible verses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we want to hear from you guys.
Yes.
Let us know if maybe you have a diet that has some unique features of your diet.
Yeah, what's your favorite diet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let us know what your favorite diet is. Let us know what your favorite food is.
Ooh, if you have food allergy.
Yeah.
What are you allergic to? Because that informs the diet a lot.
It does, yeah. My parents and siblings, probably me, but I've never checked, have a lot of food allergies. And so that affects a lot of what they can eat. And, that makes their diets a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly counting my blessings that I don't really have any food allergies.
Yeah. Also, let us know if you have any ideas for future podcast topics.
Yeah.
We've made it. This is our 42nd episode, and so that's 42 topics that we've gone through.
Yeah, and so we still have some. We still got some in the chamber, but
it's getting low.
It's getting low.
Yep. So yeah, let us know if you have any ideas.
Yeah.
We always like to hear ideas and share our opinions on your ideas.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I guess we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.